Okay everyone, now that we've installed the LAMP stack, what we're going to do is create a WordPress database before we actually download the WordPress software. This way we have a head start on creating the WordPress database, user details and everything like that. So the first thing you'll need to do is type in sudo mysql-u root-p. What this tells MySQL is to open up with the user root and then ask for my password, which you insert your password, and now we're in MySQL. Now I have the commands pre-typed up here because I don't expect you to be a SQL database expert, and on top of that, this is probably the only time you actually need to interact with MySQL just to host a WordPress site. So first thing we want to do is create a database. So in order to do this, you can actually type out the command. So create database needs to be in capital letters, create database. Okay, so we're going to create a database for WP database. We'll end in with a semicolon. Then we're going to create a WordPress user, WP user, at localhost. Okay. Next, we have to set a password for our username. So in this case, instead of DB password, you should put something more secure. So I'm just going to put test, which is definitely not secure, but this is a demo environment for me. Something for you, if you're hosting the site publicly, definitely 8 characters long with a capital letter, a number, and a special character is definitely very secure. And then hit enter. Okay, next we're going to grant all the privileges for the WP database over to our WP user. Okay. So for the DB password, just remove that and put in test if your username, if your password is test or whatever the password is going to be for your side. And then hit enter. And now let's refresh MySQL by typing in flush privileges. And then you can type in exit. We're done with MySQL now. Now we're going to download the WordPress code. So type in sudo http wordpress.org/latest.tar.tz. Okay, sorry, it's the latest.tar.gz. Okay, and sorry, I also forgot here, sudo wget. Okay, and now we've downloaded the files here. It's actually just one file, which is a zip file, and what we're going to do is extract it. So sudo tar with the switches -zvfx latest.tar.gz. Okay, it's actually tar-zvxf. Okay. So now we've extracted all of the files and folders. And if you notice, if you do ls, there will be a new directory, WordPress. So change directory into WordPress. And what we want to do is copy the files from this WordPress directory over to the var www HTML directory. So type in sudo cp -r. This means recursive, star or asterisk for everything, then var www HTML. Okay, now if we move over to var www HTML, now we have all these files and folders from the WordPress directory here. Now we'll have to make a small change here. This wp-config-sample, do sudo mb wp-config sample and change it to wp-config.php. And if you do list again, you'll see wp.config now. Now we'll go ahead and modify some settings in this wp config. So do sudo nano wp-config.php, and there's 3 pieces we have to change here. So the database name, okay, would be wp, okay, and this is why I like writing it down. So wp database, okay, and then for me, I created wp user for the username, and then the password test. Okay, Control O to save it, Control X to exit nano. And now use your browser to browse via IP to your site. And now you have the welcome page for WordPress. Okay, this is where you make some basic settings. So the site title, my test site. Okay, you create a username, and then once you create your username, you can just type in test. For me, for instance, since this is a demo environment, I am using test or whatever password you wish, and then just click the button here. If you're using a weak password because you're in a test environment, click the check marks and then click install WordPress. Okay, now this has gone ahead and installed, so I can log back in or log into our site, and here we go. Now if I browse to our site from before, you'll see it's very different. Now we see the WordPress, our WordPress site. It's all basic and everything like that. Now we can start working on securing our site, and then we'll start talking about managing it and maintaining it and all that. So I hope this part was clear to you. I know we covered a lot. If you have any questions, please email me, SeanMancini2010@gmail.com, and I'll see you in the next section.